Yo, what's going on, guys? Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys a clip of me live trading Euro USD. And one thing to keep in mind in this video, this is how I personally journal. I like to record myself and I like to talk myself through the trade. And I actually will take the time to go back and review these. I will go back and rewatch this video. That's my post-market analysis. I go take the time to rewatch these videos, because one thing I'll always tell myself is like, if I can sit down and watch a Netflix show for an hour, I can sit back and study my trade for an hour to find, improvements to be even better. I ended up taking a loss on this position, a loss that could have been a winner. And I talk about all of this. And I talk about the lessons that I learned as I'm going through the trade, as the video is playing out. You can also see as well how I incorporate the Bible into my trading and how I use these scriptures to help me be a lot more calm, to be more patient, to not have these greed and confusion and all these emotions like that. Because God is honestly the most important part of my strategy. That's number one in my strategy. So I wanted to share that with you guys as well. And hopefully this video does help you in some way, form, or fashion, even if it's just one person. Hopefully you can take a bits and pieces from it. For me personally, I would love the part about how I incorporate God to be into my trading, to be the one thing that you take away. It doesn't have to be the strategy. It doesn't have to be me itself. It's just what I like to do and how I incorporate God. So hopefully that part helps you. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Make sure to comment and let me know your thoughts as well. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
EU's in this range. EU's trading bullish, but it's in this range right here. Price was rejecting this low. This would have been a good buying opportunity last night. And so price is overall trading bullish. It's ranging in the bullish market. So what I want to do is just focus on areas of support. And this one right here already got rejected once. Yeah, price already retest. This would have been another good buying opportunity here. I also want to make sure, even though I'm not in the trade, I also want to point out the setups that I did miss on. Where would the entry have been based off of my strategy? If price can maintain at this area and hold as support, then I'll look to take buys here, and I wouldn't have to have my stop loss way below here, because since this is the next area of support, I can have my stops below this area right here. 15-minute candle did closes that rejection. Let me see what this 1-minute candle does. If not, then I'm going to wait for price to actually potentially come back down into this area one more time and reject it here, and then look for buys if I were. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to my Notion and pull up my scriptures that I have on patience and just meditate on those. This miner right here, price is rejecting it. Price can actually give me that close above. Start looking to take buys here potentially. I done already been patient 5, 10, 15 minutes. Being patient on the setup, waiting on the candlesticks to close. I can be patient and wait on this entry. Like the perfect entry. I don't care about the perfect entry. As long as I'm on the right side of the trade, that's all that matters. I want to wait for the next 20 seconds. The way that these candles is breaking above is very, very clean. This candle closes like this in the next 20 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and start taking buys. It was right here. Spread put me in a little bit higher, which is cool. Having my stops right here at the 17104.764s. So right below here, because if price starts to break below here, price could come back down into this area of support. So I'm just going to have my stop loss below this area and then look to target these ranges. But price could pull up into this 38 and then drop. Price could pull up to the 50, which is this range right here, and drop. Price could pull up to the 61.8, which is this range, 78.60, which is these highs, and drop. So price still could continue to go bearish at this point in time. So I definitely want to see what happens. Even with right now what's currently going on, I'm not worried or afraid of, this drawdown, because, price has to always retrace. So what could happen is one of two things. Price could continue to break lower and end up stopping me out, and this could just be that lower high, and price could, come down here and then maybe create inverted head and shoulders and then go long from here. Or price could come down, stop me out, come back to here, maybe consolidate here, then push up here. Or, price could come down a little bit, create a higher low anywhere within this range, as long as it doesn't break below here. Anywhere within this range, and then create that higher low, and it continue to go long from here. So since right now I'm waiting on this trade to play out, let me read my scriptures. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. I know that one off the top without even looking it up. Commit thy works into the Lord, and thy thoughts should be established. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. And not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience, and patience experience, and experience hope. That is actually a very, very beautiful. Romans chapter 5, verse 3. Scriptures. I'll actually want to put this on my trading view chart, actually. Just going to continue to monitor this 15-minute candle and see what it does. Okay, so now that I'm looking at this, one thing that I do want to document and note that I could have done better, because now I was focusing on the 15-minute time frame and seeing how this candle closes. But what I could have done to potentially even be out of this position, applying the trade management strategy on the 5-minute time frame, is if I would have closed one of my positions here based off of this rejection on the 5-minute time frame right here, and then close the other position based off of this right here. So this would have been a green trade. So if I do take this loss, this is a beautiful learning lesson for me. And I see the trade management strategy, if I applied it correctly next time, it would have worked, because how I would have applied it is on this candle, once this candle closed, I would have closed one of the positions and let the other one run. And then once this candle gave me that shooting star pattern, I would have closed this position. So it wouldn't have been a crazy, 1 to 3 R multiple, but it still would have been a base hit, because both of these trades would essentially be, this trade probably right here wouldn't have been a green trade because of the spread, and spread put me in a little bit higher. So this probably would have been either a break even or maybe a small, like super duper small loss, like nothing crazy, basically a break even. This one right here would have been a little bit of a green trade, but this still would have been a overall positive base hit. And if price starts to break below this area, then I'm going to go ahead and cut this position, take this loss, and make sure I document this, and make sure I learn from the next time that this does happen, because it's going to happen again. Like, it's not just going to not happen anymore. It's going to happen again. And I want to make sure I have this experience of losing a trade that could have been a winner by just focusing a little bit more on a smaller time frame, by using my time frame. So that's me just needing to improve a little bit more on my time frame correlation. This is one of those moments where the patience really does get tested, because my trade locker is frozen right now. That's actually insane. My trade locker freezes when I'm trying to close the trade. This is just one of those moments where the patience does come into play, and literally what I just read, and I forgot which chapter it was, but be slow to anger. Like, just be calm. It's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close these positions here right now. Boom. So just closed out of my losses just now. So took these losses just now. Took the buys here. Ended up getting closed right here. Took the losses. Well, I actually closed down here in this candlestick after this candlestick. Wanted to close here, but my trade locker was frozen, so I ended up closing a little bit lower right here. So beautiful trade. Definitely proud of myself. Definitely learned the lesson from this trade. And what I'm simply just gonna do is just wait for the next setup to potentially play out. If this area does hold as support right here, I could potentially look for buys. But for right now, I'm just going to make sure I document this and actually write out these key notes that I have, so when I go back and rewatch this video, I can make sure I apply everything that I learned within this. But the biggest thing that I will say that I'm proud of for myself is my patience that I had, the discipline, trusting my analysis, and the biggest thing for me is the fact that I incorporated God throughout the entirety of the trade. Read my scriptures, because that's something that at times I forget to do. Sometimes I just be so focused on the charts that I don't apply my scriptures, but I want to make sure that I apply my scriptures every single time, because that helps me take a loss and be able to understand that that's just a part of the process. No strategy. I know my strategy is not 100% win rate. My strategy works. My strategy is consistent. but there's are those losses, and I'm definitely grateful for this trade, and I'm going to just be patient and wait on the next setup to play out and not just look to jump in.